Kelly said, tell me more about the conflict you had at work.
I just been so mad because I asked for a day off. I've been asking for the day off for months, and apparently my boss says I never asked anything. And I was like, I've been asking for this day since the summer. It's my daughter's field trip, and I knew it was going to happen, and she said no, I couldn't take it because I didn't ask in advance. And I'm so done with work. That they have done that multiple times, so many times. I'm just so done.
I can see how that can be frustrating. It seems like you're very upset about it. And
Yes.
especially when you're saying that you asked him many times and it's not the first time that it has happened. Okay. Um, what do you think you can do more? I mean, it sounds like you've done a lot. I mean, you come to your boss, you explain situation, you told her that it's your daughters, right? You said your
Yeah, my
daughters.
daughter's field trip.
Yeah. So this is really important for you. I can see that it is, right? And have you tried talking to them? I mean, being assertive with your boss, like, hey, without being without being, what's the word I'm looking for here, Lisette? Without being too confrontive about it, being assertive, like let her know how you feel exactly, and why it's so important for you.
Yeah, no, I haven't tried that. I'm just, for the longest time, I've been part of me says just quit. I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna be done with this job. But the other part of me says I get paid well. I should probably just be patient. And normally, what I usually do is I just take it and I'm like, fine, I won't take the day off and I'll just have to change my plans. And I usually just do that. But I think that's a good idea. What you're telling me is that I can just go straight to my boss, and I didn't even think about this. I can be more assertive. I even think I'd send an email to her. I could probably just look for the email and say, "Hey, this email I sent to you back in June. I think it's June, July when I send it, and maybe I can do that. I mean, that's not a bad idea because I usually just take it. I take it and then I won't take the day off and I just go to work and I'm grumpy all day. I'm so upset because she made me work on a day that I wanted to get off.
I can see there's a conflict within you, right? I mean, you mentioned that they pay you really good, right? And in the past, you mentioned that you do enjoy what you do. It's just uh, seems to be a miscommunication at work, and and I and you feel that it's not your fault, right? That you've been doing what they've been asking you to do. I mean, what's the policy when it comes to asking for days off at your work?
Well, you have to ask at least a month or two in advance. And the I think the main issue here is my boss. She is very like she'll be super busy or scattered and she's never thinking, like not writing things down, and she'll just say, "Yeah, you can take the day off," or "Sure, you follow the policy." But I don't think she writes anything down.
I mean, it sounds like she's going through a lot too, maybe, right? And what's your performance like at work, you said, according to your bosses or to reviews?
Well, we're supposed to make calls and talk to people, and I'm supposed to be doing surveys. And my performance really well because I can do surveys in Spanish and surveys in English. I can do both languages. I feel like I normally complete the surveys with people. I get them to talk to me. I get them to complete the whole survey, which that's not easy to do. So I feel like my performance is really good, and I'm not asking for days off all the time. Very rarely.
Well, you mentioned a lot of things when I asked you about your performance, right? And that we can focus on. I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of great skills that you bring a lot to the to work to the job, right? And that you have the ability to talk to people, you have the ability to get them um to take the survey, and I know those surveys are not always the funnest to take, I mean, they call me sometimes too, and sometimes I prefer not to take them. But now that I know that that's what you do, I'll pick up. I'll answer the questions next time someone calls me. I'll think of you. But uh, I would with the skills that you have, they're very unique. I don't see why not you could use that, right? Those skills and talk to your boss about it,
Mm.
right? I may bring it to the table. Hey, look at my performance. Look at my I'm always on time. All the skills that you can bring to the table to make it a fair argument to your boss, a proposal, instead of you demanding that you deserve time off. Maybe just show the boss, right? Your boss why you need it. I don't know if that I don't know if that
Yeah, I think that that makes a lot of sense, and that sounds like a good idea because I was just thinking on I deserve the day off. I've been asking for it, but I think if I go in a different approach, I won't be um I won't be butting heads with her a lot because I know how she is, and her personality is if you like tell her that she's wrong, it's like she wants to prove you that she's not wrong. She'll prove you that she's not wrong and she actually is right, and she'll prove her point by doing that. So maybe I can talk to her in a different way and not try to prove her wrong, but instead, just like you were saying, discussing her. Nobody else is taking that day off. Very important for me to be with my daughter. I know it's a fifth grade field trip that everybody knows. It's every year. It's around the same time, and so I think that that would be a better approach if I talk to her like that.
I'm glad you talking to me, or I mean, I'm glad you brought it up to this appointment, right? So we can work it out together, and you can come up with the solutions, and I can just maybe propose some ideas. But at the end of the day, you're the one who knows your boss the best, right? And you're the one that is in control of your own emotions, right? So I'm glad that you're able to vent a little here, right? If I can use that word.
Yeah,
um,
no, I
and
did.
and I'm glad that you got out of your chest, right? It's my experience when we go to an authority figure with a hat head per se, right? Things don't go well, right? So I
It's
think
true.
it's great that you're coming here and putting it on the table. And how are you feeling now that we discussed a little bit of some ideas and that you have a
I think
plan?
it's true. I feel like if I'm angry, like you said, a hothead, and I'm not really thinking, I tend to just be aggressive or passive aggressive. And I want to try and be more assertive and just be straightforward and be professional about it, but at the same time talking to her. And yeah, for me, being upset and angry is putting myself a blindfold, an imaginary blindfold, because I'm not thinking.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, right? I mean, feeling angry, there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's a normal emotion. It's just rage. There's a difference between feeling angry and then acting out of rage, right? And I'm glad that you're recognizing when you get into that point. And there's some techniques, right? I mean, you can practice. We can role play even if you want to. I mean, we only have like a minute left, right? But in our next meeting, we can role play. I can pretend to be your boss, and you can come to me and uh, and we can role play to see how you're gonna ask for this day off. And maybe I can push back a little bit, and then we can see if we can hit some of the triggers, and then we can work on that. So when you're with your boss, and if she hits some of the triggers that get you riled up, right, we can work on that. What do you think about that? Is that
That's a
something?
great idea. That's a good idea. I can try, just thinking about what's going to get me upset and then try to focus on different things so I'm not upset and she's not going to get upset.
Well, you said once again, thank you so much for being so open and vulnerable. I know it's not always easy, right, to open up how you feel, but I'm glad that you did. So we can work it out together. You can find a solution. I'm just here to guide you, right? Okay, but okay, thank you, and I hope everything goes well this week. And next time that we see each other, we can role play, like I said, or if you think you got it, we can just you can tell me your plan and we can go from there.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks.